What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, the Master League has arrived once again in the Go Battle League, but it's not just any ordinary Master League. It is the Master League Premier format, meaning all legendaries and mythical Pokemon are banned. This leads to some very interesting Pokemon being top dogs like Garchomp, Metagross, even like Togekiss and Florges are very strong Pokemon too, but none of those Pokemon are the things I want to showcase today. I have a very unique pick here, Shadow Hundo Magnezone. This is one of the most rare Pokemon I have in my collection. I have quite a few Shadow Hundos, but this is the only one that's actually remotely viable, so I'm excited to see what it can do. It feels like a great core breaker in this meta, and I'm going to pair it up with Gyarados as well as Florges to counteract the ground, fire, and potentially fighting type weaknesses we might see in this meta. But before we get into the battles, I do want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the battles and see what Shadow Magnezone can do. Shadow Hundo Magnezone into Gyarados. Beautiful lead matchup, about as good as it gets, really. And we're going to see if they stay in. They actually are staying in here? Dude, how weak do you have to be to electric type damage? That's just an Aqua Tail, though. I'm going to let this go. I just farm them down because they throw in bad timing, too. They're not going to get to a second attack here. What is happening? I mean, they're dead. What's going to come in? If it's a ground type, I switch out. If it's something else weak to Magnezone, I stay in. Okay, well, yeah, I don't want to stay in there. Okay. You know, this could be better if I would have safe swapped potentially my Gyarados, but still, this is looking really good for us, because Florges can just debuff this Metagross so much, and they have to go Earthquake against us with the Metagross against the Magnezone, and Gyarados should be pretty good in the back line. And they don't even build up that much energy. What the heck? Alright, we'll just let this go then. They're at 8, so 2? That doesn't even knock us out? Really? I guess I don't know my Master Premier matchups as well as I should. I kind of honestly wanted that to knock us out. Now they're at 4. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that does knock us out there. So they have an Earthquake ready to go. But I'll just go here for the Sneak, it looks like. Interesting that they're letting us get so much free energy. And we'll make sure they're staying in, or if they switch out, we switch. Okay, well, we waited 2 turns there because we're great at this game. Anyway, they're still so debuffed in this matchup. I'd be surprised if they want to stay in much longer. All right, Wild Charge. Gets a shield, actually. Alright. And now either we get a second shield or just a knockout here. Alright, Wild Charge again. We get the second shield. I'm going to switch one out. This is a -2 Gyarados, or Metagross, rather. And they're on Mud Shot here. Twister is probably a 3-shot against us if I had to guess, but they have no fast move pressure. So I'm just going to let this go. I'm actually running Crunch as the moveset here on my Gyarados. I could be running Twister for a better matchup against this, but I feel like it's better to have Crunch coverage for, like, Goldengo, potentially, or, what's it called, Metagross as well. But, like, this matchup's still pretty good for us. Aqua Tail number 2 going to come through. This isn't not going to knock him out, but it does put him down pretty low. So we'll see how they play this out. Yeah, they do survive pretty well here. And now I should survive this Twister. If they come back in Metagross, then I'm going to switch out to my Magnezone, obviously. If they stay in, then I just get my Aqua Tail off. Okay. Save the energy there. And now all I have to do is make sure this Metagross goes down, and I should be fine. Because if I knock this out, I also just have a Mirror Shot I can throw into the Garchomp. And while that's not the best move in the game, it should be enough to knock out. Uh-oh. Wait, they actually reach another mash? Do I lose this game? Do I get Shadow Clawed down? Do I get Shadow Clawed down here? I actually would, so I have to throw energy. Uh-oh. If they get to another move now on the Garchomp, they can actually just Twister us and knock us out that way. But we don't take this final Shadow Claw, so we'll see what's going to happen here. Come on, Gyarados. How did we lose this game? Oh my goodness. Wait a second. I'm just so bad at Master Premier, I guess. If I just lost, like, the hardest RPS that I could have had in my favor. I didn't realize Metagross was that good, I guess. That's incredible. GG's, I guess, to them. Magnezone into Metagross. Alright, pretty good lead matchup here. Shadow Claw does add up against us, but Meteor Mash is incredibly resisted. So if they want to go for a bait, that's a little bit risky for them. And if they don't bait us here, then that's also fine. We're at 9. Shadow Claws are adding up quite a bit, which is a little bit unfortunate, but because I can get to back-to-back Wild Charges before they can get to a bait plus a nuke,
I should be able to pretty easily get both shields here. Let's see what they want to do. I'm at back-to-back. They could just let this go, but maybe they shield. They have the next Meteor Mash right now. Wild Charge gets a shield. I'm going to go for the Overfarm. Oh, I lose CMP. That's fraudulent. You know, maybe it's a mistake to double shield again. Why do they bait? Anyway, they bait us there. Insane play by our opponent. But I want to get shields down, I guess. I want this Metagross out of the way if possible. And they do let that go. All right. Well, what's going to come in? Because I did just get rid of one of the hardest answers to Florges in the game. Well, then there's a second one. Okay. It's on Hex. That's kind of crazy. I am glad that it didn't, like, blind swap my Florges in there. Oh, they let that go? Okay. I mean, Magnezone's actually done quite a bit this game. They'll get one charge attack off into my backline, but I should be able to hopefully Dragon Breath down before they get to a second. They're at 5. Is this going to be a Power Gem or a Shadow Ball? Depends on what moveset they're running, right? Okay, just a Shadow Ball. We live. Okay. We're just in the backline. That's going to be really awkward because they can just Chilling Water us first. Yeah, okay. So Chilling Water is going to be annoying to deal with, but at least, like, we can bait a bigger move here. We can go for a potential Moonblast, and maybe we get a shield, saying I haven't, you know, debuffed them yet. We'll see. Chilling Water, no, of course they don't shield. I would have loved that, though. 8. Probably a Moonblast coming through right now. It's going to hurt, but we do survive from this range, especially after that debuff. Yep. And now we'll go for a Moonblast here. Maybe I should bait again, but I don't think I can at this point. They're shielding perfectly. Uh-oh. I think my Gyarados is going to be a little bit too low on everything to win this game. Because what's going to happen here is I can get to one Aqua Tail, but I think they're probably just going to get to a second Moonblast before we can get to my next move. Yeah, we just don't have the energy here that we need. Wait, maybe we can if they gave us the farm down. Do I even win CMP against this, though? I need to be able to. If I win CMP, I do just win this game. But, you know, I mean, I should. It's a Florges, right? Surely I win CMP. They got a little bit antsy there. They thought I had more energy than I did. They gave me a farm down that they didn't have to. But that's going to work out. Wow. Okay. Well, we're winning games that I don't think we should win. We're losing games I don't think we should lose. Classic Master Premier action. Magnezone into Magnezone. Interesting matchup. Oh my goodness, they're on Mud Slap? Okay, well, I thought you'd be on a Powder Snow moveset, I think, in this meta. But okay, that's a lot of my HP on Magnezone gone. Maybe Mud Slap is more common. I don't know. I literally know nothing about this meta. My Lodic comes in. What is this team? I mean, at least I can probably get his shield back by going double Moonblast here. But wow, this is uncomfortable. How bulky is my Lodic? It's got to be pretty bulky. It's honestly not that bulky. Wow. I mean, I'm still in awe of the fact that they had a Mudslap Mamoswine. I am so worried of the fact they have been so weak this game to Gyarados already. Like, what are the odds Gyarados has any play in the backline? I bet it's just useless. I bet it's going to be RPS'd by a Magnezone. That's got to be the play, right? Are they properly shield there? Unfortunate for us. But, you know, sometimes you just kind of have to go for the guarantees. I could have gone for a Chilling Water bait, and then maybe I could have got another move off here, but I feel like that's so risky when I kind of just need a guarantee that we get something done this game. And, like, it's not like I don't have... Dude! Okay, they love getting Mud Slaps against me, it looks like. Anyway, at least they've swapped this back in. 5. I don't think that's Stone Edge energy, right? So that's probably just going to be an Icicle Spear. Yeah, we survived that, but that hurts. 7. Aqua Tail should knock out from this range. My Lodic is still around. It has enough energy to probably reach a wrap this game, but I have energy on my Magnezone too, but I have no HP thanks to 2 Mud Slaps doing my entire HP. Oh, they shielded that. That's insane. All right, another Aqua Tail should be able to get a knockout here. So now we still have a shield. As long as the final Pokemon is playable for Gyarados or Magnezone, we should be fine. But what if it's just... Oh, it actually is. It's Goldengo on Hex. Is that the common moveset? That's like the second Hex Goldengo I've seen today. No Astonish is here. But that's fine. Big Crunch. Oh, that does a lot. Nice. 6. I mean, in theory, I should just win this game here with my Magnezone, right? I do have to Wild Charge to knock this out, but I should survive 2 Waterfalls, and then I should be able to reach another Wild Charge against the Milotic. So he should be good. Nice, down goes the Goldengo. They need to get to 2 attacks here to win this game. And I don't believe they'll be able to. Yeah, nice, we just get the move. That is an insane team. That is like, I thought I was about to get as hard RPS as possible, but luckily Gyarados actually was just so strong into the whole team. We actually had some play. I don't know what this meta is, man. I don't know what's going on. All right, Shadow Magnezone into Shadow Magnezone. Man, a lot of Magnezones. I actually have a much better one than they do, though. Looks like mine is a hundo. Theirs is probably 15 attacks still, though, so we'll see. Yeah, winning CMP is honestly not the best thing in this matchup, just because now I'm debuffing myself first. Oh, but they shield. I'm gonna call this and see what they do. They do Wild Charge, so we're gonna get knocked out. But the thing is, Florges, once this is debuffed, hopefully can take care of this with a Chilling Water. Oh. They just switch out instantly here into a Sylveon. I'm gonna debuff this, but them saving that Magnezone is a little bit scary. They have a Mirror Shot loaded. They cleared their defense drop. But Chilling Water does do a decent chunk of damage, so maybe Florges could be able to knock him out with a Moonblast in a second. They're at 9, so they have... Do they run Shadow Ball or Moonblast? I would imagine Shadow Ball... Well, I guess they could even just forego Psyshock, yeah. Just run double nukes. Makes sense, actually. This game's going to be so uncomfortable, because my Gyarados is going to have a lot of work to do. Moonblast, do we get a shield? No, and we don't even get a knockout, but we do get a debuff, which actually might come in clutch a little bit here, because if I can survive a Moonblast after that debuff and save some energy on my Florges to get to a Chilling Water, that would be big. Yeah, we survived that pretty well, actually. So we get the farm down. This could be worse. That's all I'm going to say. It could be better, but it could be a lot worse. What's going to come in here? Magnezone makes sense. They don't even go for the Mirror Shot, so that's something. But I'm going to take so much damage from Volt Switches, and they're likely just going to spam out Mirror Shots into my Gyarados. Should I call this? I don't know. I'm going to call it. Okay, that wasn't a bad play. They don't debuff us, at least. But my HP, where's my HP gone, by the way? Even if I call that move, does it matter? I think I might just get Volt Switch down completely. I mean, I have to shield this up. Maybe it's like a Garchomp in the back and somehow I win against Garchomp? I don't know. They Mirror Shot again. They probably have back-to-back Mirror Shots here now. They get the debuff, so it's like, what is even the point of anything? I guess I can see the final Pokemon. But that debuff probably just does us in. They get the double debuff. Oh. Okay. I wasn't beating that anyway. They were so strong into Gyarados with that team. Okay, Zone into Metagross. I mean, it's not a terrible lead, but it's not as slam dunk of a lead as it used to be since they're on Shadow Claw these days. But we'll see what they want to do. 9, 10. Whoa. Okay. Oh, Shadow Garchomp. Jeez, dude. That's incredible. But also terrifying. I mean, it might be a stupid play, but I'm going to shield the first Earth Power. Because if they land a Shadow Earth Power into us, that's going to do so much damage. And I'm just going to go straight Chilling. I don't necessarily need Switch this game, as much as I just kind of need this Garchomp out of the way. At least that's what I'm assuming. Nice, so we get the debuff there. They did no-shield that, which is smart. But I do survive this next attack pretty well now. They have a Meteor Mash loaded on the Metagross, so if they want to, they could swap back in at some point and try to snipe us down. I'll go for the Moonblast here, because I do want to guarantee that shield or a knockout. Chilling Water, we saw how much it does, and it honestly doesn't do that much. Oh, we get the shield? Okay. And they switch out. All right. I feel like, to me, that implies they're a little bit scared of Magnezone, actually. Because by doing this, that saves the Garchomp, sure, but it also kind of sacrifices the Metagross a little bit here. Oh, I shouldn't have overfarmed. We do survive a Meteor Mash. If this is an Earthquake, that's bad, but I don't think it can be. Yeah, that's just going to be a double resisted Meteor Mash, still doing half my HP. Alright. I've seen enough. Magnezone's a little bit squishy. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon out there. But we'll switch out, because likely Garchomp comes back in. Yep, there it is. And we can put them into Mirror Shot range at the very least later on. But Shadow Twister? That's gonna hurt. It's gonna do a lot. Twister... Yeah, ouch. Oh, I wish I had Twister here. If I had Twister, this would be game over. I'm kind of surprised it's Hydreigon, if I'm being honest. We get a no-shield. They are crazy. No. Uh-oh. Man, where's my Twister? Where's my Twister when you need it? This game might convince me to run Twister, I don't know. That's insane. They're triple weak to Gyarados, then. I mean, kind of. It depends on the moveset of the Gyarados for the Metagross matchup, right? Get a shield there, actually. Maybe it's actually still playable. It's probably not great for us or anything, but... we gotta hope. We gotta hope that it's still playable. They do knock us out here, sure, whatever. Alright. At least I don't take that final move. And if I can somehow reach a Wild Charge against the Hydreigon, that should be enough to knock him out. But I don't know if I can. I need to be 1 Volt Switch away, I think. Which I am. Okay, hold on. Is this enough? Please tell me it's enough. If it's not Shadow Magnezone, I don't know what you're doing, buddy. Please, it's a Hydreigon. Please, please, please. Please. No! No, it's just not enough! It's just not enough! What is Shadow Magnezone doing in this meta? Another Metagross. You know, I've swapped over to a different moveset on my Gyarados here. Surely that's not going to come and bite us in the end. What is this? Dragapult? Honestly, maybe I should have come in Gyarados, because I know this thing has Astonish as well as Shadow Ball. But if I come in with my Florges here, then I'm not going to be in quite as bad of a spot later on against that Metagross. Dragapult's an interesting Pokemon to see, though, for sure. 3. Alright, we'll go for the full-on Moonblast, but we'll see if they want to shield this. They might just let it go and take the shield advantage they got. Yeah, okay. They can go for a Meteor Mash here to knock us out, but if they don't throw pretty quickly, I can also get a debuff into them. Nice, so I do get a Chilling Water. If it's ever possible, I wouldn't mind switching out, but maybe it's just double Dragon here too, so maybe... I don't know, I am going to switch. Resisted Meteor Mashes aren't going to do that much into us, but I am worried about a Garchomp in the back line. We did TM over to Twister, which is funny, because I wouldn't mind Crunch right now. But Resisted Meteor Mash, it's debuffed. Still does a solid chunk of my HP, just saying. But at least it doesn't do as much as it did a second ago. As it could. We'll go for the Aqua Tails here, just spam them out. Maybe they shield because they think I'm on Crunch. They actually do shield. Maybe having Crunch would be worse for us here. Alright, let this go. And again, I guess we'll just have to see what the final Pokemon's going to be. Big Meteor Mash. I'm going to shield this up. I feel like at this point, they are scared of Gyarados. But if it is Garchomp, I don't know if we can beat that. I have so much energy on Magnezone, which is probably not going to go anywhere if it is Garchomp. Alright, Aqua Tail should get the knockout still, despite the fact it's not a Crunch. But we'll see. Yeah, it does knock out. It's Garchomp in the back. Who would have thought? We have the Twister, though. Do they see it coming? They might not. Imagine if they don't see it coming and I just win the game. They shield, okay. 8. I mean, they let us throw this. Honestly, with the energy that I have on my Magnezone, maybe I just bring it in now. Because I can at least go double Mirror Shot here. And if they don't throw energy against us, then maybe I can still somehow have play. Because they have to Earth Power to knock us out, right? And then maybe I can farm down. Yeah, we force almost an immediate throw out of them. We might actually have enough damage just with fast move pressure now. Nice. Earth Power is thrown. There's no way they're going to farm us down on either Pokemon, but I'll bring in my Florges here just to force another Earth Power out of them. And these Fairy Winds are going to put them into Dragon Breath range on my Gyarados. They need to have an Earth Power plus a Twister to win this game. Earth Power, not even enough to knock out, actually. Okay, GG's. I think we played that endgame pretty well, actually. Alright, Gyarados lead. Beautiful. Hopefully they don't have a hard counter backline that just destroys us here. We'll find out, won't we? They stay in for a second. They bring in a Swampert of all things. Okay. I mean, even if they're on Sludge or Sludge Wave, this is not a good matchup for them. What are they going to throw? I mean, that's enough for a Sludge. But maybe they're on Earthquake, so they're forced to go Hydro? Yeah. Okay, well, this is a really good matchup for us then. Because we survived 3 of those. And we can just build up a lot of energy here. They did stay in the lead for a second. So either they're just trying to build up energy and dance around, or maybe they're a little bit scared of Magnezone this game. It's really hard to tell. Aqua Tail here. I know Twister does more raw damage, but I don't want to reveal my second move just yet. I'm hoping 2 Aqua Tails will knock him out after a couple more Dragon Breaths. Oh yeah, it will. I'll let this go. I want to build up more energy so I can Twister the Gyarados when it comes back in. Let's see if they switch out them. And just in case they shield, I'll throw a little bit early. Because if they shield now, I can just get to back-to-back Aqua Tail and force a second shield out of them. And if they no-shield, that's also fine. I said, you let that go. What comes in? Gyarados makes sense. I think I get to 2 Twisters. They should be at 8 right now, so 1 away from an Aqua Tail. Nice, that's not bad damage. And we do get a second Twister, so they're at 14. We're getting close to back-to-back Aqua Tails here, but just the chip damage we're getting with our Twisters mean that even if I have to let my Magnezone take a little bit more damage than I like, it's still not going to be in a terrible spot. Okay, let's get out of there before a Mud Slap registers. We have access to Chilling Water, at least, which is going to not only debuff them, but also do very super effective damage. So, as long as we can stay healthy enough to not get sniped down by the Gyarados, we should be fine. Hey, let that go. Okay. Now they're in Mirror Shot range. 6. I mean, I have to shield. I don't want to be in a spot here where they can Rock Wrecker us, but they probably Drill Run bait either way. Oh, they Rock Wrecker. Good shield. So they're at 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm fine this game, but we'll see. Having that Mirror Shot is going to be crucial in the back line. And making sure that I could land 1 Chilling Water is what I really wanted to do this game. I'm surprised they let that first one go. Okay, I mean, this is fine, though. I don't get knocked out here by 1 attack, unless they're running Hydro Pump, I guess. So I can bank the Chilling Water, farm them down with my Magnezone, and then I should be able to just go either double Mirror Shot to win, or potentially, you know, Mirror Shot into Chilling Water is going to be enough, too. Do they survive that, or is that enough to knock them out? It's hard to tell if that's 1 HP or not. Okay. You know, I'm just going to go for the instant throw, just in case 1 Shadow Mud Slap somehow knocks us out. And I know Mirror Shot sucks, but it's Shadow, it's super effective, surely it's enough. We get the shield. Oh, okay, Magnezone, I didn't think you'd survive 2 Mud Slaps, honestly, so we get the second Mirror Shot off. Even better. Yeah, that was an interesting team. I'm glad that I had a second answer to a Mud Slapper. If I didn't, that could have been pretty bad. All right, Magnezone up against Shadow Hydreigon. All right, we have 2 better answers to this. I'm going to switch out. We get met by a Metagross. Shadow Metagross. Jeez, dude. We are fighting an incredibly spicy trainer here. This is not great, I will say. Maybe I should have safe swapped my Gyarados. I probably should have. But they could have a Magnezone in the back line anyway, so maybe either way I was in trouble. 10. They let me throw first. Okay. So I get a double debuff. Let's see what they want to do. They probably just get to 100, right? Yeah. Well, they're like, well over 100. I mean, it's a Shadow Hydreigon. I know we saw how much, or how little damage, rather, the other move did into the regular Hydreigon, the Wild Charge from Magnezone, right? But maybe Shadow's going to do more. I can just, like, one shield farm this down, at least. And it's not like Magnezone's unplayable against Hydreigon, so I'm going to just shield this up. We'll see what they do. Big Earthquake, good shield. That would one-shot us even at -2. So those debuffs into the Metagross really didn't do much of anything. Okay, well, Beta Flash Cannon. Maybe we get a shield, maybe we don't. That's always the wonders of the Go Battle League. Big Wild Charge. Our opponent goes for the no shield. All right, now they're in Mirror Shot range at least later on. And they go for maybe a Brutal Swing into us. That's not going to do a lot. It could be maybe a Fly as well. But either way, that's not going to one-shot us. Just a Brutal Swing, okay. Okay, Waterfall Gyarados. That's not bad at all. 5. So they have a Twister or a Crunch ready to go. This is going to be an interesting game. Twister gets a no shield. Wow, okay. 6. I'm throwing this just to try to stall the switch clock if I can. If I get a shield, that's also a plus. Nice, okay. 8. Guess I let this go. Twister will knock us out. But like now my Magnezone has to do so much work here, and I'm not sure if it's going to be able to. I have to shield this up, and I have to try to get to 2 Mirror Shots against the Hydreigon. And they get 1 more Waterfall of damage against us as well. Okay, actually they get 2 more Waterfalls of damage against us, I should say. Which is a really smart play by them. But, you know, maybe something happens that wins us this game. No, I think even if they didn't still have that Waterfall of damage, I'm almost certain we still just get knocked out here by a Brutal Swing Shadow into Shadow. Unfortunate behavior by my Magnezone. Once again, not quite beating the Hydreigon, but it was a close game. Magnezone into Garchomp. Yikes, that's the lead I don't want to see. That's like the worst Pokemon ever. We'll bring in our Florges here and hope for the best. They are staying in, at least they were. Oh, the fraud has appeared. They have their own Shadow Magnezone. I did kind of need to bait this out, not gonna lie, but I mean, they have a lot of energy left over on the other guy. So we'll see what can happen here. 5. I mean, they're not throwing energy, which is kind of strange to me. I know I should survive 1 attack from them, so I forced them to throw 2 moves against us. But going down shields against a Garchomp does kind of scare me. Oh. Well, if they let me CMP, that's what I'm going to do. Unless this is a Flash Cannon, we should survive this attack. It's a Wild Charge. Yeah, we live that. Pretty easily, even. And not only that, but we CMP'd the move to guarantee that if they want to shield this, at least I get the shield advantage out of this matchup. Okay. Now they're triple debuffed on their attack stat. They can't farm us down here. They're forced to throw a second attack into us. I could shield, but I'd have to double shield to be able to do much here. And I think with the amount of energy left over on the Garchomp, it might just be better to hope that once Magnezone goes down, I have more play with my Gyarados. Oh, what the heck? They don't even throw an attack into us? Do they not have a move? Garchomp comes back in. They're at 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Twister is going to hurt here. It's a stab Twister. I'm going to shield this up just to make sure that I can keep my Gyarados around. We'll see if that's a good play. Okay. Not exactly the Pokemon I wanted to see in the back line, but maybe it's going to be kind of playable. They're at 6, so they're 1 away here from the next move. I should be able to bring in my Magnezone at some point, right? If I can do, like... I need to bank up a lot of energy. 7. I gotta shield this up. But if they ever just... I don't know. They can just farm down my Magnezone, which I'm kind of scared of. But they throw in really bad timing here for no reason. And I think I'm just going to let them throw energy against us in this matchup. They're at 2. Okay. Their switch clock is up so quickly, but why did they throw? Did they think I'm on, like, Flash Cannon? Maybe they thought that. But them throwing here, I think, is such a big throw on their part, because I have so much energy on my Gyarados, right? All right, great timing by me. I don't think that's going to matter, but we'll see. If it matters, it matters. Twister gets a no-shield. Or, okay. I mean, the problem is, if I'm in Moonblast range, I probably still lose this game. Nice. Aqua Tail should knock out. Aqua Tail should be enough. But I need 2 Aqua Tails against the Florges. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. Moonblast is going to hurt us a lot. And they're like 5 away, right? So they're at it now. How much damage does a Moonblast do to Gyarados? Does it do enough to put me into Fairy Wind downrange now? Please tell me no, but probably yes. Yeah, it's looking like it. It's going to be so close. I need to do like 5 more Dragon Breaths here, so if I can survive 2 more Fairy Winds, maybe there's a chance, but maybe I'm not even that close. Oh my goodness, Gyarados! Okay, wait a second, we just won that game. I don't think we should have ever won that. They misplayed with their Garchomp by throwing energy into our Magnezone instead of fully farming us down, but you know what? We will take that. Excadrill, dude, no. Okay, at least Florges is... Why did it do that? Why did it... Magnezone's like, let me stay in here. I got this. That is unfortunate. I could have swapped out and Chilling Watered before they got to a move here. This is bad. I do survive a Drill Run. I will let this go. But I wish I didn't just take a freaking Mud Slap. Alright, they're staying in at least for a second here, so letting me get to this Chilling Water is never bad for us, but... Since, for some reason, Magnezone was like, let me stay in, they're going to outpace us to the next move. Oh, they bring in Gyarados here, actually. And they throw on Alignment. You know, if I can ever switch back into my Magnezone and save some energy on my Florges, I would not be opposed to that. I don't know if I can swap out quick enough. Okay, I can. And we sneak the Volt Switch, too. That is huge. But they will get to a second move here, so honestly, I probably still have to throw energy to knock this out. But that's probably still worth it, right? Just to give that Excadrill less farm. And this might be a crazy wild charge, but I'd rather give the Excadrill just a single Mud Slap than let it get a whole bunch of energy out of this. So a wild charge here. Yeah, they do let that go. Makes sense. They know that's the only real play to go for. Excadrill is unfortunately going to get to 2 Mud Slaps there. Even after the wild charge, it's, I guess, not quite enough. But we have energy on Florges, right? And Gyarados here, I mean, they have Rock Slide, right? So we probably have to shield. But Gyarados should be able to pretty easily deal with the rest of this Pokemon. They stayed in for so long against our Florges that I have to imagine maybe it's a second Dragon type in the backline. And Mud Slap pacing is not good. Oh my goodness, that's a Conkeldurr. I did not throw in great timing here. Let's see, so Conkeldurr has access to Force Palm, Brutal Swing, and Stone Edge. Throwing on bad timing's not great, because this thing's actually kind of bulky. But I do have a lot of energy still on Florges. 6. It's not Shadow Conkeldurr. I've seen some people actually trying out the Shadow recently, which I think is really cool. Get the shield. 7. Who wins CMP, by the way, with, like, Florges into Conkeldurr? Does anyone know? They probably bait, but no, they don't? Okay. Four. All right, well, this might be good for us now, because they're at 4. They're 1 away from the next Stone Edge. So if I can farm them down from here, that's huge. All right, well, I have the energy on Florges. I should be fine. Aqua Tail knocks out the Excadrill, and they have to go for a full-on Stone Edge to knock out Gyarados. They're going to waste a lot of energy there on that other Pokemon. So they do get to a move here. But again, they have to go for a full-on Stone Edge if they wanted to win this matchup. But they Brutal Swing, that's not enough. Not even close. I guess I should have gone for the Twister. It doesn't matter. I think Aqua Tail will be enough anyway. But I guess somehow we won that one. Finally got our next game, though. Oh my goodness, another Rhyperior. Don't love seeing this. Magnezone, dude, stop doing this against the Mud Slappers! Buddy, your life's in danger. Why does he do this to me? I survive a Drill Run at least, but man, why? Like, now, they outpace me because of that. They just outpace me to the drill runs. I could outpace them, but instead they outpace me. Shadow Claw, interesting. Yeah, this would be great if I didn't see this. This is like the one spot on my team where this could actually have a little bit of play. And it's not even that good here. They're so soft to Gyarados so far. Aqua Jet, does this knock us out? It probably comes close. At least I have a Volt Switch of energy on my Magnezone. That's incredible. Okay. That one's probably my fault. Anyway, that sucks. I would have loved a debuff here. Aqua Jet's gonna hurt, especially after taking the Mud Slap that we already took this game. At least I'm outside of Mud Slap down range, so like they can't really bring it in and try to snipe us down with a fast move. Show me the Magnezone. Like, they have to have an answer to Gyarados, right? It's their own Gyarados. So maybe this is actually kind of playable, because I'm up energy here. And if I can reach an Aqua Tail into the Rhyperior, that's all I necessarily need to be able to knock him out with like a Mirror Shot after. I'll shield this up. It could be a Crunch, which might be able to debuff us, but either way, I kind of think I need to shield this. It is a Twister. Okay. Because I need to not get farmed down. Alright, they win CMP this time. But even if I take a Twister at this point, I think I'm going to be kind of fine here. We'll see. I don't know. Twister's going to hurt, but we live it enough. I have the energy still on my Magnezone, which is kind of cool, I suppose. Big Aqua Tail. We see a shield. Okay, good. Alright, Twister again. This time I can guarantee a shield or a knockout if they end up letting this go. So, we'll see what they want to do. They do shield. Alright. Oh my goodness, they thought I was going to do a combo play. I was not going to do a combo play, in fact. So, instead, I'm just going to Aqua Tail this. And that's probably pretty good. Aqua Tail's going to hurt, but it's not going to one-shot, I don't think. No. But I should be able to go for, like, a farm down, right? Hopefully. I would imagine. They drill run, and I shield because I'm an absolute jokester. But, I mean, that would have knocked us out anyway. Yeah, we get the full farm down. We have energy on Magnezone and energy on Gyarados. Now we're good. Dude, I've got to stop having my Magnezone just staying against Mud Slappers for a second. It really thinks it has a chance. I don't know what is giving it that idea, but it's got to stop doing that.
You know, I think by the end of the day, I really started to get a hang for this Master League Premier meta. Would I say that Magnezone is the best Pokemon in Master League Premier? No. Would I at least say it was worth the 500,000 Stardust I invested in it? Probably also not. This Pokemon kind of sucked today, I'm not gonna lie. With that said, it was kind of fun to use. If you have a Magnezone, Shadow or non-Shadow lying around, you can give it a go to shut down the Gyarados, but man, it is so bad into Garchomp and the ground types. Maybe it's a Pokemon you don't want to rely on as much. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.